think that I just come in there and look for knockoffs, and that's not the case. I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, I'm here. Who wanted to fight me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter can beat me.
My goal is to demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles.
Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. Man, it's always a good day to talk that boxing, man. Hope everybody out there are enjoying themselves. I hope y'all are enjoying yourselves, man. I'm gonna talk some good old boxing today. It's laid back. It's Sunday. If you know, like I know a lot of y'all probably got what they call ball flat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pace yourself. You know, you gotta be able to maintain, but I understand a lot of people might be still laid up in the clutch. You know, a lot of people got a wake-up call. Some people got their wake-up call. Today is a special day for some people today, man. I don't know. I don't really mind if you celebrate or if you don't or whatever. I don't know. But you gotta acknowledge what's going on, man. With everybody out here, you gotta acknowledge what's going on in the environments that you're in. Mic check, 1 2 1 2, sounding excellent as always. Bodywork. I appreciate that. Microphone checker. You laughing, Cookie Monster? Hey. Some people found out today, man, what was really real. In the Philly field. I'm glad I ain't gotta worry about that. I've been on the chill. But it's a laid back segment, y'all. I just want to have some fun and talk some boxing and give the pulse, man. I want to give some people time if they're gonna come through and show up and, you know, get their input. You said they been new. Yeah, but some people don't be believing fat meat be greasy. So every now and again, you know, when certain things happen, you just find out what's really real, man. What's really real. I'm glad those are not my concerns. I'm just being cognitive of the environment that I'm in and the people that, you know, going to partake in this good old boxing. So I understand, man. Get it in. Don't kirk out. Don't kirk out, man. Man, I was just sitting in there before I was going to do the live, vibing to the instrumentals, man. Y'all, I don't know how much y'all know how much y'all love music, man. Lyrics, sounds, and phonics every day. Lover's Day. So yesterday was no big deal to me. Preach! You see what I'm saying? Preach. You got you a good one. Pretty sure of it. Being all wise like that, you that should be in the fortune cookie. Cookie Monsters fortune cookies. I ain't gonna charge you nothing for that. Cookie Monsters fortune cookies, and you put a little something in there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna charge you nothing for that. But it's a good time in boxing. There's a lot of things that's going on, a lot of things are happening, and we trying to follow the bouncing ball all along. You know, it's our desire, it's our goal. It's our desire, it's our goal to stay abreast of what's going on and try to be level-headed, because you got to look at this thing from so many different facets. And then you got, it's just wild, because let's put it like this. The sanctioning bodies are under attack right now. But if my memory serves me correct, on February the 21st, you got Mario Barrios defending a strap. You know what I'm saying? Big money, big title, big implications. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the glory division, but it's still the welterweight division with all its eyes on it. This is the biggest fight that we're going to have coming up right now. Big implications, no doubt. So that's one. So that fight has a belt. It's been sanctioned. Right up underneath of that, you got Richards and Hitchens defending the IBF strap. Now that's the one that everybody be like, tiptoeing around because they got that 10-pound rehydration instead of just moving their ass up. He's getting ready to defend that against a guy that he shared the ring with a couple people. He shared the ring. He just recently pulled off one in Kenny Sims' backyard in Chicago. You had the stoppage to Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia fought a little funny, got in his taco shell, and then he came up out of it, hit that man with that bull whip. People still remember that. But he's looking like he's coming on, golden boy guy. You got him versus Richardson Hitchens. Now that's a IBF strap that's being defended. Then you got Mr. Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell defending his WBA strap against Andy Hirioka, who stopped Ishmael Barroso, who had a shot at Jen Sasaki before Brian Norman went Kyle Yao. Before he got, you got him fighting up against Andy Hirioka for the WBA. Now that's a strap and a defense. But right now, let you tell it, based on recency bias, everybody's outraged and want to pull out the microscope on Mauricio. That's what we got going on, y'all. Mauricio came out. I've been listening and watching and seeing if people going to really respond, but we already know how it is. He who controls the printed page controls the thinking of this age. So, they're controlling it. They're getting a little bit better. Why? Because Gary Antoine is getting his spotlight right now. it's being overshadowed, but like this fight has major implications. A very dangerous fight against Hirioka. The 3 fights I named involved like championship defense belt defenses. Well, people don't really want to go win and then have to defend it. You know what I'm saying? People, it's almost like they're selective when they want to unify. Some people are gung-ho about it. Some people are like, nah. Some people take their time. Some people want to run down. Some people want to walk up. Some people say ID gap. That's what's going on right now when it comes down to the sanctioning bodies, but what's really going on in boxing. So I'm like, man, we got a nice big card next weekend. You know, we 6 days away from that. And that's ancillary to everything that's going on. Today is early and I'm full of energy. Yeah, that's what's up, Melazar. Salute, Melazar. I sent you an email, Melazar. You know what I'm saying? Holler at me. You know, but when you know, if you want to get up here, you can get up here, man. You know, I'm just giving a pulse of boxing and how I see it. But I sat down, not listening. I can kind of compartmentalize what I'm looking at. My whole thing is that, are we going to put the same scrutiny on all of the sanctioning bodies, or is Mauricio just the man of the hour right now, who everybody want to like, oh man, corruption and this and this and that? But it's like, I should pull up that thumbnail one day. That thumbnail back in the day, like, man, I was on Mauricio, but I've watched in this progression and I'm growing and I'm understanding how it all goes. So over time, I've been watching it for so long and seeing what's going on and seeing selective outrage. But then when people condone things that he do, like that whole franchise thing, that was cool for Loma, that was cool for Canelo. Anybody else, it was a bad thing. It was like, it was just, they caused that. I had a thumbnail with, it had Devin, it had one set of pants legs. I'm gonna pull it up. It had one set of pants legs, and it had Devin like this and Tio like this in that same set of pants leg. And I was saying, man, Mauricio, the thumbnail was like, Mauricio, you got to do something about this. So I've went at it. And then just like everything else, when I'm going at and attacking something, it's like, man, it's not, yeah, they Ja Rule that shit. Like, nah, you ain't. And when 50 said, oh man, Ja Rule, all you do is you croon, you sing the hoes, and you sound like the Cookie Monster, and then shit, he got Ja Rule up out of there. 50 Cent Ben, I'll take you to the candy shop. He was crooning like a mother. I got 21 questions. Like, that man just straight said, nah, what you doing is whack. Got him out the game and did the same shit. That's how they be trying to do when I be making these points. The bottom line is the truth is the truth. There's progression in all these things. Like, they all evolve. Like, it's corruption in all of these sanctioning bodies. Like, there's questions to be asked, but it's real funny how you can't celebrate and try to advertise a fight for what it is now, because the most meaningful fights, they got belts. The most meaningful ones. That don't always mean that those are the most dangerous fights or the two fighters you want to see. If you think you do, I got to question how long you've been watching boxing. I would have to question. Say, hey man, how long you been? Okay, and you been avid or you been casual? Or... yeah, I would have to ask. Good people like to pick and choose when the business matter and when it don't. We just want to see the fights. Really, at the end of the day, we just want to see the fights. When we talking about it, really what happens, man, what I know what this channel kind of like it's designed for, it's just to get you, have you to think about something and talk about something in between the big fights. We're not going to lead you by the nose. We're going to keep you up to date. You know what I'm saying? Give you our perspective on what's going on with the fights and the climate and give you the pulse. Fruits and veggies. It's not going to be 1,000 hot takes and, you know what I'm saying, juicy, whatever. It's like, yeah, it could be funny. We have a good time and all that, but that's what we do. We keep the conversation going along in between the big fights. I've been doing a good job at trying to, in my opinion, trying to do little things on the channel, like more boxing trivia. You know, some of it's comical, some of it's like, yeah, to get the pulse to see what people over here. But what everybody else saying, just the 300, like what the 300 is saying over here, because it's concentrated. Remember, it's the 300. It ain't gotta be, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be like the army that Genghis Khan had. It ain't gotta be like that. It's 300. The same principles apply. All it takes is a few. That's it. Sometimes I put out things to question to get a pause for what the 300 is saying. Like that Oshaki survey about who somebody should fight next, and it came out. And I'm like, it ain't me. It's the 300 speaking, man. Like the people that gravitate toward this channel, and that's the thing. This channel, the Pulse of Boxers, we are here for the people that just gravitate to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We ain't here trying to hold you hostage. We trying to give you the Pulse of Boxing. We don't always try to get toxic. We just drop that hot shit. That's all we do. You know, we pull up stats, we go through numbers, you know what I'm saying? We cite our sources. We give credit where it's due. Just like I got to give credit to Cigar Talk. There's some things I don't like and some things that I'm going to voice my opinion on. That's just my opinion like everybody else. But I got to give them credit for the Jermell Charlo interview. The question is, did you hear what Jermell Charlo said? Did you watch the interview? Okay, what perspective are you looking at? Are you a PBC hater? Are you a respecter of Undisputed? Because mind you, this guy went by and picked them up one by one by one. And it's funny how him and Earl Spence are the same age. They're the same age. They what, 35? Jermell hasn't went through the same damage that Earl went through. And he was undisputed in the second hottest division right now, in my opinion, but it's always been lit. He said that in an interview with Cigar Talk. And I gotta acknowledge this, why? Because I'm not the type that's gonna be saying something derogatory, like when I don't agree. Like there are a lot of things I don't agree. Soft questions in interviews and bias with people who you got relationships. I voiced my opinion about that. Right now is the time when I'm going to take it, I'm acknowledging and voice my opinion and say that this Jermell Charlo interview, for that to be somebody that you can clearly be biased with, you can clearly like undercut, you can clearly drive an agenda. I think that Najee was patient. I think it sounded genuine. He didn't railroad him. He asked real questions, like tough questions. He let Jermell get it off. He understood and heard him out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I might, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you was looking at a tennis court, if you was looking at a basketball court and somebody was, you know what I'm saying, refereeing the situation, mediating the situation in that fashion, it's like, yeah, I don't mind doing the away game over there. I'll go over there and do it, because that displayed that he had a level of respect, you know what I'm saying? And he gave Jermell Charlo, now how the fans interpret it, that's a whole nother thing. But he gave Jermell Charlo time. He questioned him. He asked him. I liked it. It didn't seem conniving. It didn't seem like it's nothing on there that you can, unless you're just real creative and you're a flat out liar. It's nothing that you can really take out of that and clip and try to run with it and make it seem like something else. Najee did a good job at that interview, man. That was the first time in a long time where I saw that with somebody where it was like, yeah, you could be biased because of the affiliation with Bud and the Active Squad and all that. But in that interview, I didn't sense any of it. And Jermell, like, I'm proud of him and what he did. Did y'all hear that? That's the pulse. Like, people going to, make fun of it. People going to twist it, because remember, this is another PBC fighter who, just like Earl, they don't want to see these guys come back and do anything. Why? Because they can have an anniversary. They can have a memorial. They can have a service in the future to where they can say, yeah, 3 years ago, this man got beat the fuck up. And they can run around in circles and do the rain dance and shit. So they don't want Jermell to come back. I think he got a fair shot on that interview. I think it was like, 30-something minutes, maybe 45 minutes. I don't know. I think it was worth it. I think it was worth it. So I got to give credit where it's due. Metas, I said, making coffee. Give me a minute. I like it. The season may start like in 8-9 weeks. Yeah. But just check my email. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that, you know, later. But I briefly discussed Gary Antoine. I briefly discussed Jermell Charlo. I touched on Mauricio Suleiman outrage. Even though he came back and doubled down like it was Teflon Don. But we gotta continue to look at the moves because a lot of fights just been mandated. You know, but I'm looking at it. They said that Jermell Charlo, that thing already got 57,000 views. 23 hours ago. That thing got 57,000 views. It's 46 minutes long. So I'm endorsing it. I'm endorsing it. I would have hyped it or shared it, but it's like people act funny. I'm gonna tell y'all today's day and climate, man. You can bring somebody over, you can give them a wrench, you can make them a moderator, you can tell them, hey, come on, come kick it, come get your shit off. If you don't agree, step up here, debate, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You show everybody respect. They'll shit on you. Like you pay somebody a compliment, depending on who it is, they'll shit on you. They'll be like, oh, you just want leverage and all that. Like this boxing space is so weird. It's so weird. So I want to tell y'all that, man. But I think that for Jermell to get this interview off, yeah, people gonna get real creative. They already have. They already have mocking Jermell, like, look at him now. I remember at one point it was this, it was one point it was that. It's like taking no accountability for all the circumstances at that time of what was going on. Well, he's back, the way he handled the Errol Spence talk. Like, he pretty much took the high road in all of the conversation. And people are going to say, oh, I remember when. It's like that you can't mature, you can't show. It's like he's saying he want to fight. He's saying he want to fight. He said, listen, man, I reached out to Eddie Hearn and said, listen, man, I want your boogeyman. Like, give me your boogeyman. All this stuff about fight stalling and all that, but it's crazy how certain boxers want different cougars. Like, get me wrong, Devin Haney, the Haney voice, they are quoted for saying that he should go fight Errol Spence at 54. And we just heard Spence is coming out with Tim Tszyu. They was advocating for him to get Spence. We know that he was just trying to get Pacquiao. He said Xander is food. He got 2 belts at 54. Jermell Charlo was the former undisputed. You know how many ways you could sell that fight? 2 former undisputeds with Dev going up to 54, but they're selective in who they'll go up to 54 for and what, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Maybe not as selective as Strategic Stevenson with these weight, you know, the catch weight now. Ryan at 144, he won, and then kind of then got to get, you know, rehydration. It's like, it's different now. But Jermell is saying, I want all the smoke. He said, Eddie, man, give me your biggest boogeyman. He didn't just say boogeyman. He said, give me boots. He said, tell me what I'm worth. He said, all right, send me something. Tell me, let me know what y'all think I'm worth. And then give me a chance to respond, whatever. He basically saying, let's do business. So how do you ever catch a boxing fan trying to get out there and say, oh man, look at him, man, he's begging. When the dude is actually asking for boots, he's begging. But he was a former undisputed champ in the division that you campaigning in. That's the state of boxing right now. But they'll turn around and say, what he got to offer? He ain't got no belt. It's like, okay, so sanctioning bodies do matter. He do need a belt. Well, if that's the case, then what? I guess the thing with Virgil is what? It's the green print. It's the green print. But I mean, is that fight gonna break Blockbuster office and all that? I'm not sure. Depending on where it is. They thought Devin and Ryan was gonna break the bank. It broke the bank because of people in them bets, you know what I'm saying, on Ryan. It broke the bank in that way. But that wasn't no Blockbuster, like that didn't sell out and do that ain't do what Tank and Ryan did. That fight stalling out. Jermell Charlo like, hey man, I want that work. What's going on? He actually told them both, so he was equal opportunity. He also said Earl can get it. He basically said Earl started that when he got up in the ring with Fundora and was like, the division is his. It's like he was still stuck on what he did up there with Canelo. He admitted, hey, I was out of my element, man. I'm down here. But at 54, and he got the thing is, he got the credentials. He got the resume. It's timeline. It's fights. It's like us male Charlo fans, we was there. He's an exciting fighter. You don't got to worry about having to explain the sweet science when he get out the ring. No way, Jose. He just saying, I want some work. He took the high road. He's like, man, my brother been tripping. He been saying something. Why would you get out there as my brother say that? You want, so y'all advocate for a brother, a twin brother, where y'all came out minutes apart. Y'all want them to be able to straight up tell y'all the truth about the twin, which is like, only thing that separates them is the fact that they separated their birth. They like two different. Y'all want them to get out there and just throw scat all over each other. But y'all don't want these guys to sit down in an interview and ask some of these guys some of these tough, pertinent questions. And then when Jermell Charlo give you everything that you wanted, everything you was asking for, he begging now. And you find some kind of way to virtual signal to everybody that just want to, hate on Jermell Charlo to do that. It's like, are we getting in the way of a fight? I'm like, I'm trying to find this man some work too. And they be saying it's always quiet, man. It's always like it's not the first time it's not the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time that he done said something about Boots. I'm like, all right, but Boots, if that thing over there with Virgil stalling out and people making these, I stopped watching because there's so much clickbait. You'll say something ain't going on and you get in there and you listen to what they saying. It's like, I thought you said that the fight was absolutely off now and the negotiations are over. I thought you said that the fight was made and everything but a date. Like, it's like people just keep you coming back without actually giving you the relevance. So I just been seeing a lot of the thumbnails and all that, and if that's not what it was and they really did, it's like, yeah, but clickbait is authorized in today's day and time. But I'm like, listen, when did Virgil fight Lubin? Let's dive into it. I'm having some fun, but let's dive into this so we'll know. If you rocking with the channel, hit the like button for your boy. Support the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. That was November the 8th. December, January, February. So we're a quarter. It's been a quarter. It's been a whole quarter. A whole quarter that went by. We have no absolute answer at this time as to whether or not Virgil and Boots are fighting. And if it is, put me on. Some credible. I look, I watch, I support anybody out there that's credible. If you credible, I'll give you a shout out. But a lot of these cats be, yeah, because my insider, my buddy old pal, we got the matching pajamas. He told me on the low when we was behind the motel, like what was we doing behind the motel? Don't worry about what we were doing behind the motel. What he actually had said when he was whispering in my ear. I'm like, man, you ain't got no sources, bro. unless there's somebody outside the bushes at your house, you know what I'm saying, when you pull up and they just jumping, hey man, listen, man, I'm telling you, listen, man, when it come down to Shakur, this is what we doing. Unless you got some stuff like that going on, you ain't got no inside sources, bro. The only thing we really can do is watch what these boxers say and then look at how they move. Sometimes it take a while because they in between fights and things happen, but you can only like benchmark, okay, when did they fight, what was said, look at the interview and try to piece together who's lying. I mean, I'm not sure what people were waiting for when it came down to like Jermell. But if you're trying to tell me that wouldn't be a great pelt on your wall. This very background I got was like, this the background I did so long ago when I thought he was getting ready to come back. This is the original background for when the thumbnail that I got for Jermell coming back. This is that thumbnail, man. That's why I did a segment a long time ago. And you're going to be like this one day. Like you're going to have like a bunch of different fighters that you watch, because the good ones, the ones that have longevity, that make these runs where they reign for like years. It's like all of that time, like you had something to watch and look at. You're going to get a boxer or two or three to have these long runs. And then for whatever reason, they're going to step away. And it's going to force you to have to look at all these other different boxes and like try to figure out, okay, who's who or whatever, and be more objective at eyeing and identifying the guys that's going to keep the sport alive and keep it thriving. Like the guy that's going to move right and fight up until the silk sheets. Up until the silk sheets. You know, I keep joking around saying, man, I'm going to do a segment, a whole series called Before the Silk Sheets, because it'd be something else. Well, I'm going to double this conversation right on back. I'm gonna double this conversation right on back. I got you, Millers. To Jermell Charlo. That's an excellent pelt on the wall. All right, I just did that for you, Millers. Since I did that for Millers, I'm gonna do it for everybody else. Those are just the initial thoughts of what's going on, man. Gary Antoine is getting the shine that he deserves. He's finally in the spotlight. People are respecting him. They're asking him legit questions. They're acknowledging his success and, you know, rattling off his stats. And it's like, dang, so y'all knew this man.
Ahora sí.
Melazar.
What's up, Mr. Rogers? What up?
Salute, Melazar, man. How you been, bro?
All right, good. You know, having some personal issues, but that's not the talking point today. We're talking about boxing and all this stuff that's going on.
Right.
You know, like some people is calling the WBC, oh, they're crooked and corrupted. Yes, today when it's not your favorite boxer, but when they've been good to your favorite boxer, you don't say nothing. You know, like,
yeah,
bro, we know how the WBC worked for years. So now you get surprised when they do stuff like they do. Like, bro, I'm not surprised. Freaking Ryan Garcia is fighting for the title against Mario Barrio. He paid the fees. You know, he get put up over there, number one contender. You sell tickets, let's go. WBA do that shit too, you know. So, not surprised. Like, that's the reason it's a big group that only like the IBF title, because they like their ranking, they like how they work, how they do their mandatories. If you don't defend your title, they strip you away. So some people like that stuff. Not every boxer and not every promotion, because they need to follow rules, you know. But the WBO, the WBC, the WBA, you have to pay them fees. They have a committee and they choose who's gonna be in the ranking system, right? The 1, 2, 5, and who's gonna go for the title. So don't get mad if you don't pay your fees and they strip you away, or they pull you down in the ranking because somebody else pay more money. You know, it is what it is. Like, bro, it's a bunch of hating. You know how it is. Like, I like this card. Like Mario Barrio and Ryan Garcia is the less interest fight that I am into it. You know, I want to see how Frank Martin do this fight. I want to see that one with Russell, the Irioka. That guy is tough, bro. These people, I know the Japanese in this weight class is not a lot of them, but when they make it to the 140 pounds, they put a hell of a fight. You know, those guys, those Japanese who always get there, and Irioka is a good, he's good. So Russell gonna have his hands full, you know. Like, who else is in that card that I'm very interested? You know.
You got the Ghost versus Nair Albright.
And Nair Albright, that guy is not a easy walk, you know. Who else fought him? Keishon fought him, and that was the one who went to the decision, and then Keishon was positive of marijuana positive, so they took that in other places the record have a NC, a non-count, right, when they take it away because you was positive and stuff. But Keishon was 0-0-0-0, you know, clean, like nobody knew. So, and then people complain like, oh no, Keishon, they're not treated in like how they supposed to. What you mean? This kid been treated like royalties in his store. So, you know. But anyway, like, so that guy that Frank Martin is gonna fight, that he beat Keishon brothers too. That you remember? Then the
he beat
family, went to the whatever and did all that shit. So that kid isn't an easy walk either for Frank Martin. We're gonna have a good fight there. The other guy, you know, yes. It's like this card. Maybe I'm gonna buy it because it sounds interesting for me. You know, I'm not deep into buying these people fights, but this card, for me, is interesting. The less interesting is Hitchens, but the opponent he had, you know, he gonna pressure him. He maybe bring the dog out of him. Let's see. You know, like, and where you was too? You was talking about what was the other thing? Forgot. I'm trying to catch up with you.
I was questioning Jermell Charlo.
Oh,
He's coming back, and they did an excellent interview. Najee did,
I have to go and watch it.
my credit got to be just as loud as my disdain. So this is my credit. That was an excellent interview. No bias.
Yes.
He let Jermell talk and and get it off, and he asked good questions. He sounded genuine. He was prepared. I just like that interview, and you can't help see. I've seen the maturation of Jermell Charlo, and sometimes losing or doing something like that, I've seen it, and he's still himself, but you can tell that he's matured. Like before, you couldn't really talk to him. He was like that was his persona, but he was mature.
Yeah.
And now
those
he just
titles.
Huh?
Those titles make something of them, They believe they are untouchable and stuff like that. And now he come back to reality,
Right.
And he aged more mature. And that guy from Cigar Talk, he's good. He do good interviews, That's his thing, and he do it very professional. I like it, and how he break it down when you go to watch the video. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can clip in the topics you like. So, Charlo, for a comeback and stuff, he's a name. He sell. Like, people want to watch him. So I hear the other day somebody was saying if Boots don't have Virgil Ortiz, don't have the other one, don't have then he can find Charlo. Like Charlo was the last option, not like, bro. Jermell Charlo only have what? The loss to Canelo?
Tony Harrison in that decision.
Okay.
One decision he had the first time. He came back and stopped him, a la Terry Norris. He had the draw with Castaño. He came back and stopped him. But Canelo moving up to 68, and then that loss to Tony Harrison in that weird decision he got. That was it.
Yeah, that is decision, and you got Canelo and whatever. He's a name. He was undisputed. If a promoter really want to make money with him, it is because you're from Texas, right? He's from Texas too. The Charlos are from Texas.
Yeah. Originally Louisiana, but then Texas.
But
Texas,
that's a big market because
go ahead.
That's a big market because the Louisiana guys are in Texas, and Texas guys go to Louisiana right there. So that's a big market right there. That Charlo can go that. Like, I don't know what they are not like putting him in position already. Like for Boots, he's a bunch of guys he can fight. So he's. I don't want to throw him like a stepping stone. Not yet, because he got a lot of talents and a good name. So you can make good fight with him and then put him with a guy like Boots, But I don't know how these people are doing. I don't know what Eddie Hearn is going to do with Boots neither. Like, we don't know if Virgil and Boots is for real is going to happen.
Exactly. Like, I'm like, listen, man, it was, I just gave you the date. That was November the 8th. It's been a whole quarter. He got in the ring. That's why that whole getting in the ring with somebody, just like when T.O. got in the ring with Richardson Hitchens. People don't want to use that example, but T.O. got in the ring. But that don't mean that we're gonna get it.
No. And how the Ring Magazine gonna put Virgil Ortiz on top of the two champions? It's three. You put him, Virgil Ortiz, over the three champions. Why? Because he beat Madrimov? Who the fuck is Madrimov? At the end of the day, he got two losses. Like Bocachu, for real? He went to the floor with Bocachu? That's the only reason? Because Bocachu and Madrimov? What else? How many titles? Who else he has fought to be number one? At least Fundora have title defense. Like Sanders got two titles. You cannot tell me because you defeat two names that they're not even popular in America. Now you become the number one over the champions. I have never saw something like that. A Turner prospect be on top of the champions. Like, bro, Fundora is way more difficult than Virgil Ortiz. Like, that's one of the most difficult 154s right now. You need to know how to enter that guy, because what the Bala Mendoza did, nobody else was able to do it. You know, Mala Mendoza throw that overhand, lucky, not lucky because he connected a couple times, but you know, that one hand and clipping. But Fundora is way different from that guy in that time. So
and Lubin got him too. Lubin made him, Lubin got him before he got mauled. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But he dropped him, but made him take a knee.
yeah, but
Fundora has, everybody talk about Fundora's evolution. Go ahead.
Exactly. Fundora have an evolution. He fight way different. And plus he's the champion. Bro, you cannot put Virgil Ortiz on top of the champion when he never has won a single title in his life. How? Because he don't have titles in 47, neither 54. So why he's the number one on top of the 3 champions? That shit for me blow my head, like blow my mind, bro. But you know how it is. It's the ring. They want to push a. If you're gonna push him number one to make him the A side versus Boots Ennis, that's dumb and stupid too. Like, Boots Ennis got way bigger fan base than Virgil Ortiz.
You think so?
Yeah, for a mile. Like Virgil Ortiz has his fan base, but isn't bigger than the Boots Ennis. Like, I've been around listening to people and stuff, and Boots is right behind Tank. Just, Tank that got the titles, he defended all this stuff, and Boots been stuck right now, with that interim title. So a lot of people are like you, or are want Boots to fight for the title, are very frustrated with Eddie here. Like, a lot of people. And Virgil Ortiz cannot be the A side. He has done nothing to be the A side. At least Boots Ennis got unification in 47. That gave him weight, leverage. But I don't know what Turkey want to do, what type of fight they want to create versus Boots and Virgil. But you cannot keep stretching this fight thinking that one of, like Virgil is going to be champion and Boots is going to be champion and we are going to unify, because maybe that happened in 5 years, or maybe that shit never happened. Because I don't think Virgil gonna become champion against nobody. Like, he cannot fight Josh Kelly because he cannot do the 10-pound hydration because his liver problem. Fundora will outwork him, like, for sure. I'm sure that Fundora will outwork Virgil. And Boots, I got Boots over Virgil. Cabrón. And Sander and Virgil, I got Sander too. Like, for me, Virgil isn't that big of a deal because I saw the previous opponent before Bokachu and Madrimov, and they're not, bro. They're whatever.
But let me ask you something. Why? So if his fan base ain't like that, and he don't really, like, you think all the other why do Boots and them want him so bad?
Why Boots want him so bad?
Yeah.
Because I think because they've been from 47. And in 47, these two guys have like a fan base and stuff like that, and people was watching. Then Virgil went sick and stuff like that. He come back in 54 with this guy Oscar, and the Mexican fan base, the Mexican Americans, all these guys has watched who Virgil Ortiz fought. They're not stupid. This is not because he won. People are, when they try to sell you a freaking scam, you're like, bro, I'm not buying that. I got better fighters. Like, if you put Fundora and Virgil, the Mexicans and the Mexican Americans gonna go with Fundora all day over Virgil. Yes, few of them gonna go with Virgil, but Fundora take the biggest crowd over there. Like,
but do we get? But okay, I'm sorry, but do we get Fundora and Virgil? Do we get that fight?
Nah, I don't think so, because remember, Fundora is PBC and Oscar is Oscar, and I think we're gonna see Boots. I hope we see Boots and Virgil, because now this fight is so anticipated. So many people want to watch it by now. So I think we can see Boots versus Fundora after Virgil. I think that will be a good route. I hope that's the route for Virgil for Boots.
So what's the word on the street as far as why we're not getting Boots versus Virgil? Like, what's the hold up from your point of view?
Oscar want a lot of money. Oscar want to be greedy. Oscar want to oversell his fighter, like outprice him. When you have a watch or a pair of sneakers, and the value is like, let's see, $100, but you want 150. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna vouch from it, and people are like, bro, this is like $100. I can give you 90 right now, and you're like, no, I want 150. And I give you 95. No, I want 150. I give you the 100. No, the 150. But bro, that shit don't worth 150. This shit worth like $100. I give you the 100. Okay, don't be. No, I want the 150, and the deal never happened, and you stay with your sneakers, or
Yeah. And hold on real quick, man. We got somebody else here.
Awesome.
Hold on 1 second. What up, Boom?
What's
Salute
good?
Boom.
Good.
What up, Boom?
Man, what's good, my little boy? What's good? Hey, man, I just want to take it to the public real quick. Jermell, Charlo, and sad interview, bro. I don't respect nothing you really said, man. Like, Jermell, are you okay? Is there a reason you're wearing them sunglasses in the interview, bro? Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy out here, man.
But break it down, like, enlighten us.
So the only part that I don't understand is attacking Earl Spence. Saying you want to fight Earl Spence, and saying like just in the demeanor that you're going about it. It just, you begging. You're not really, like, you don't really sound like you want to fight. You just want some money, man. You don't care how it goes, what goes. You just want to get back in there, and it's like it ain't correlating, man. Like, it just ain't.
I guess. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You good. I like the little shot at Bud, because it's like you want him to come out of retirement just so you can get sat back down again for 3 more years. Like, you get beat up by Bud, man. You gonna be sat down again. By the time we hear from you, be 38. It ain't gonna be good, man. I don't know. And then you trying to take your shots at some tough fights, not just at anybody. It's like, man.
But you don't believe that the fact that he was undisputed. I'm not saying jumping right back into these fights, but where is his respect as far as being the undisputed guy at 154?
Climb the ranks, get in these sanctioning bodies and start fighting again. Go sign with Zuffa. Just get back active, climb the ranks, man. Do what you got to do to show that you committed to boxing and not committed to whooping on your girl, man.
Boom. And I got you a question. You're a younger generation, and you don't think Spence and Charlo can be a good fight?
I think that's a great fight, but both of them need to take a couple fights before they just fight each other.
Okay, not throwing them like just out of the box. Like, fight first, get 1 or 2 fights. Let me see how you're doing, and then make the fight.
Yep. Especially Spence, because Spence, you took some damage, man. Car accident with that Bud ass with the retina, and then on the other end with Charlo, it's like the liver. You drinking a lot, the mental. Then you begging, so it's just like, yeah, man, this ain't looking good. Just get you a couple bouts before you fight each other. It's a great big fight, and I think that y'all can make it happen, especially for a belt. So go ahead, just climb them sanctioning bodies, get you a belt, do something with it. You know what I mean? Work your way back up.
What do you think about that, Rogers?
Well, I'll be clear, man. Jermell is not drinking. You know what I'm saying? He's not the one. That's not him. He's I don't know, but this guy.
I had it mixed up. My bad.
Yeah, so a lot of people do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my guy. Jermell and Jamal are two different people, and people always conflate what one of them do and attribute it to the other. Like some of that is just, So as far as that, okay, cool. I do think that because I use the same thing. I keep the same energy. Tevin Farmer, he came back. He was gone for 3 years. He came back. He fought Raymond Mortalia. Then he fought Williams Zepeda twice, and he got knocked out by Schofield. I was asking Devin Haney, Mr. Gary Russell Jr., if Tank going to acknowledge you, what his camp was saying was just move up to the division. Don't keep saying that being down at 126. Well, last year, one of my number one comeback fighter of the year, he came back, pieced somebody up, got in all around and stopped him, knocked him out in the final round. So I was saying, well, maybe Gary, because he want Lamont Roach, he want these fights. I was like, well, maybe Gary, you might have to take a page out of Tevin Farmer book and, take out some of these young guns. Now, he did say he would be open to fighting somebody like O'Shaquie Foster. I'm like, hey, take my money. I would like, sign me up. He's going to be active. He's going to be active. He's got Mr. Gary. He got Gary Antoine right now going up against Harry Oakley, and he got his coaching hat on. But he's still active now, and he's in 135, so I can respect anything because at least he moved to the division. Jermell Charlo, he's declaring that this is my division. I don't know what sparked that whole shark eating the lion thing, but he was the first one to say that. But he also called out Boots. He talked this shit. He did his call out. He's a former undisputed champ. He's one of my top 3 fighters. So I respect the call out. It's crazy when it comes down to him and Earl, because Earl's my other guy. So I don't, just like Earl and Derek, I try not to get into that shit because I see it both ways and one way this way and one. So I don't get into that. I respect the fact that everybody was gunning for Adrian Broner at one point in time. Everybody was gunning for Jose Pedraza at one time. Everybody was, I think, Gamboa. Some people did Pedraza. Some people, like, it's these guys because they got a name. People still doing it with Manny Pacquiao. It's crazy. Chris Algieri, he was one of them guys. Even Boots and all them guys, they was all circling the block for Sean Porter. Like, it always happened. Yeah, this guy was 154 undisputed. He jumped up to 68 every time. When he lost to Tony Harrison, he came back and knocked him out. When he got a draw to Brian Castano, who gave Lara, Erislandy Lara, everything that he wanted, gave him that work. He came back and stopped him to the body. I find it odd that, he ain't been in no car accident. He took time for mental health. He lost to Canelo Alvarez. He wants to come back to his division where the minute he jumped in the ring, he got stripped, but he was undisputed. And everybody finding out more reasons why not to fight. So I'm going to take my own advice and say, listen, you might have to go out to the young, hungry line. You might have to take this and this and that. And I'm like, okay, that's what he's doing. He's asking for Boots. He ain't got no belt. He got an IBO. They don't even recognize it like they do over there. So I respect it. The shit between him and Earl, I want to see, if they fight, they fight. They ain't got the same coach. That was my only dilemma back then. They stablemates and they got the same coach. How the fuck is that going to work? That was my only dilemma back then. But hey, they don't got the same coach. It'll be Juan Guzman versus Derek. It'll be Juan Guzman versus whoever Earl got. That need to get settled. But I respect the fact that he called out the young guys. It wasn't just Boots. He won Virgil too. He won anybody, but he was the undisputed champion in that division. And he ain't allowed to do that. Well, climb the ranks, Mel, to go knock one of these young motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I say. That's what I'm telling y'all.
He want to do it to Boots. So if Boots the second coming to Bud, give him the Boots. Feed him if he's food, feed him the Boots and see what happens.
If he's food, serve it to Sander to see what happened. Then, damn, I know he's gonna fucking do my guy.
See,
not gonna put Sander in there with that, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not food.
That's my case. That's my case of point. They ain't gonna put Xander in there with no Jermell Charlo right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not food.
That shit.
Shit. If it was that easy, bro, like that's the thing. But I think Spence and Charlo, I don't need to watch maybe one fight to see how they they come back and stuff like that. But I will put them right away because they're two good names that will bring a crowd, and the guys under that card, they will get exposed. Because a lot of people gonna watch that card. So those guys under that card gonna get exposed and can rise too. I see it that way.
Well, I think we're going to see this with Earl. Earl coming back, and they reporting that it's going to be him and Zoo. My whole thing is with Earl is if he come back and his punch resistance gone, I'm not watching him no more. I'm not watching him no more. I'm not going to watch him no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want to go through that thing I went through when I seen Roy and I was saying it's time. I only want Earl to come back if he's healthy, his punch resistance is there, he's healed and all that. Like, I don't want him to come back and do this Adrian Broner stuff or this.
Oh no.
What Wilder's doing right now, and in my opinion, I don't want to see that.
Sad. That's sad. Right, like, bro, no. Like, Trinidad did that, but was because he signed a 3-year contract with Don King, right? So he got Mayorga. The other two supposed to be the Aoya and Hopkins, right? So he can have his rematch. They never accepted, so he ended up with Winky Wright, and then, Roy Jones, because who else gonna sell those tickets to play those guys? Roy Jones versus Trinidad was the only two that would sell, and for Don King back then. But that shit that fighters be out of their prime and keep fighting and being a stepping stone when they was legendary in their time, I hate that. That's so sad in boxing. That's the worst part. That's the worst. Watching your favorite boxer, now he's old. He's not the guy that you saw in his prime, and now he's just getting his ass whooped by anyone and everybody. Hell no.
That's like watching Tyson, and then Tyson got up talking about he kissed the man on the cheek and was like, I just wanted to see my family. I was like, oh man, Tyson, man, Mike, go lay down somewhere, bro.
Please don't do that to us.
But I mean, let's transition into something that is a little different. Is Ryan believable right now? That's the thing. Do you believe Ryan? Like, what do you feel about Ryan going into this fight this weekend?
Damn, Ryan. I don't know. Like, that's the question in everybody's mind. Like, are you believable? You know where you at? Like, are you gonna perform, or you just gonna get clipped and then run away from the fight like you did with Rory? Because that was what happened. Rory clipped him, and then he just stay away from how you say. So I don't know. Like, Ryan have a lot of stuff to prove, because yes, you did whatever you did with Devin, but now you got that you was positive. You got the 2 pounds over. So that victory, a lot of people take it away from you, like even in the paper. So, and then you lost to Rory, that everybody thought that you was gonna walk him through, and he was on top. So he need to win this fight. He need to be there. And Azteca Barrio, he's a big guy. People are like, oh, he's a bum. He took the titles easy and shit. Look what he did with Pacquiao. Bro, Pacquiao, he was in elections. He was running for elections. He need something to pump up his viewership, over there in Philippines. And he thought that a fight would bring his old crowd back, but didn't happen. So, but so that's why I saw that draw should happen, because Pacquiao wasn't gonna win Barrio to destroy his career, and Pacquiao, he have a political career, so he cannot stay as a champion. So I understood why it was a draw, but he's not an easy guy. He's tall, and if Ryan isn't in his game, he can get his ass knocked out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I explained myself. I was talking a lot of looking around it.
No, you broke it down. My thing is this with the Mario Barrios thing is like the people call this guy right here, they call him Dramont Roach. But they don't call Mario Barrios like Drawmont Barrios. And if you look at it, he got a draw with Manny Pacquiao, and before that, he got a draw with Abel Ramos.
Yep.
This guy right here, he got a draw with Isaac Pitbull Cruz and a draw with Devontae Tank Davis, and they call him Drawmont Roach, but they don't do that with Mario Barrios. So
and it's going in 2-weight class over his weight class, because remember he was at 130, went 135, and then 41-40. So like 2 draws, and you're not in your weight division. I don't see why that is so bad.
Yeah, right. So it's not like it's I didn't win, I didn't lose. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like the push, or when you gamble, it's the push. It's like all right,
exactly.
Like, so I don't get it. I do question whether Lamont, but I digress from that. My question is this, because Rolly has a set of skills. Rolly has talent. Rolly has, he got more. It's more than a puncher's chance. Like, you can't take away. It's funny how everybody take away all Ryan's, like the things that make Ryan, like all the national championships that he had, like as an amateur, like the fact that he split with Devin, which is a style that's catered more towards Devin than Ryan, because it's the amateurs, it's the pointing, it's the power and all that. It's just
now don't matter. Now that shit don't matter.
So in the pros, he just hasn't been successful going up for these championship belts. He has not found success in them, and he's kind of like at a crossroads from that, but they keep giving him fights because of his stature. So I don't know. I don't know Ryan. What?
Like with the Tank Davis, he deserved it, because why you want to go to 135, be drained to your bones? Yes, I understand the money back and stuff. So if you did it for that, it's okay. You got a loss and you got paid for that loss. It's good. But the Rolly one was the one who dragged him back, because the Devin Haney, Ryan was this guy that was like not stable, crazy one. So a lot of fans, they give it a damn. They saw Devin knocked down and they're happy with it. I don't need to have it in the paper. I can watch it any day I want. So a lot of fans are happy about that. And the ones that are Devin fans, they're mad because Ryan cheated or whatever, and all that stuff. So, but the Rory loss, I think that one gave him a big step back. Like that loss gave him a freaking damn step back, because now people don't trust him. Like, are you gonna go and fight, or what you gonna do? And he got a freaking fast ass hook. That hook, bro, that shit is fast and have power on it. But if that is your only weapon and that's the only shit that you're gonna use, and more with Azteca Barrio, I see Azteca winning by scorecards, because he know how to get to the scorecards.
Well, who do you think the business of boxing wants to win that fight?
That's what weight class again? 147?
Yeah.
Yeah, the WBC can pick Ryan, because Ryan will sell more tickets and is more media friendly. He speaks better English, the females will go for him, shit like that. But Barrio don't have that. I never hear the Mexicans talking about Barrio like that, never. Like they too call him like, this guy is not that good, he been lucky and shit. But the Mexican crowd, I never hear him talking about Azteca Barrio like my champion, this guy is the shit, or no. So I think the business of boxing can choose Ryan, actually, in a tie draw, in a tie scorecard.
I think so too, because Mario Barrios losing, and he'll still have a name. He'll be like the glorious gatekeeper if he lose, but people will try to get him, just like they use Jose Ramirez, just like they use Jose Pedraza after this. They'll still use him for a name. But I think the business of boxing really want Ryan to win, even though it's funny. Did you hear Devin saying that the sip sailed on the Ryan fight?
Yeah, right. He say that, but actually Ryan is his only card to fight in America right now. Like, who else he got right now? that can be his dance partner.
You don't believe none of that Xander Zaya stuff then?
Hell no, and no. That's a you know how Bill it is. He's like a dog, always looking for a dog to attach himself. And he saw how Subriel Matias and the Puerto Rican crowd, right? So he thinking that Sander will bring the same or more because they're promoting him like that. But yes, you can come with the Puerto Rican crowd. It's not gonna be that big, but you need the Black American to make it big. And if you, Devin, don't bring that crowd, Sander cannot take all the heavy lifting by themselves, and their promotion know it. Plus, 154, you got a new set of gloves because now you got 10-pound gloves, 10 ounces. My bad, not 10 pound, 10 ounces. So those are heavier. So you have to fight 12 rounds with a heavy pair of gloves, like your hands go down. It's different. And I'm not buying that shit that Devin gonna go up there to 154 and face. Nah. Like Sander is huge, bro. Sander is huge. That's not a small boy. Like that's the reason sometimes I get mad with Sander because I know he can knock out people. I know he got the power and the size, but then he ended up 12 rounds. That's the only I complain about. That's me. That's not the Puerto Rican crowd or his fans. That's me as a fan that say that. Like I believe he's big. He got power, and sometimes he want to showcase all his talent, but I don't want you showcasing your talent. I want you freaking knock out these guys. I know I passed Peru.
Yeah, I know what you're saying because with Xander, it's like with your size and your physical capabilities and your form, you can do it. It's just you get caught up in the moving and people saying you keep moving. It's like you gotta recognize when you're dazed or when somebody can't mess with you. That you gotta, add some FU to your punches. Like you gotta sit there. Like once you know you got this dude, you gotta be willing to, put it on him and then get out if he fight back. Like, but don't stop. Like, cause sometimes you could just go in more, but he might admire his work a little bit, then get out and then want to move around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like with Abbas Baru, I saw when he hit it in the liver, like, yo, this guy feel it. If you hit him more, you can take him out of here. But no, he went more into the fight. So then at the 12th round, he had to go a toe-to-toe or put a wall so the crowd get happy and shit like that. Like, you can, I don't know, but he's big and he got the power. But I don't see it. I don't see Haney versus Sander right now because Bob Arum, that's his last star, so he's gonna take care of him, right? Like he's gonna take care of Sander, and I can happen because in boxing anything can happen, but Haney pretending to be the A side and talking all this stuff, he may be pushed. I don't know. I don't see it. Like, okay. I can see it happening because both guys are boxers, right? I can see them in the ring, and Haney is not like a small guy. He's 5'9", and he can gain some weight too. But the problem in this division is not like 40, 47, 35 that you will fight with 8 ounces, and he didn't used to fight with 8 ounces. When you put those 10 ounces glove, those 2 ounces, keeping your hands up, start to weigh more, and they're huge, and the way you move with them is not the same way that you're used to move with this glove in 35, 40, 47. So that I will put 2. He like to move around, and when you are in with this weight in 54, your stamina start to come down. Haney got power. People say he got pillow hands, and he have proven that he don't have pillow hands. He just prefer to go to the safe route, right? And let the referees do the job. But Haney got power. He can punch. Like, I saw Sander getting clipped a couple times by Abbas the whole night with the same hand. So I can see Haney clipping Sander too. And I don't see a fight that I say, oh, Sander gonna whoop the ass of Devin Haney. But I don't see neither Devin Haney whooping Sander ass. Is still, I'm still like, uh, I don't know, you know, because
You bring up a good point about those gloves, though. The weight of those gloves, that is a difference. Like, cause your power, like your punching power, like and all that, that might be in question. But then the weight of your style, like, and I don't got you standing there, because if you stand there like you did with Brian, you gonna have to move around. So it's gonna be interesting. It's like who's gonna be. This is what it's gonna come down to. Who's more accurate between them? Who you think is more accurate with their punches?
oh, whoa, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because we know Devin Haney don't like to waste punches, you know? They like to throw that jab and hit it, but Sanders connect. We need to go to the numbers, because if I tell you right now, I will go by appreciation, and I don't want to choose his sides just because he's my guy, or, you know, like, but, damn, who is more accurate? Huh. I think who put more weight to his punches? I think Sanders put more weight into his punches. I think Haney just clip and move, so that can bring a difference, you know.
Yeah.
But inaccurate. You see, Sanders is a boxer too, you know, like he know how to box too. So
But that's his asset to me. I think that's his asset. I think the fact, because I was saying he was the weakest, but I'm like, okay, will he be able to do that against certain guys? And it looked like he might be able to do that. But you know, I didn't put that much stock, because I did see that what's his name, Abbas Baru. He's more of a puncher that'll surprise you, like, because I think his power. I think he got heavy hands. I don't know if he's a power puncher, but he got heavy hands, and he's the type to where he got a good chin. And that in his heavy hands, he might take a couple and then go at you with a flurry, to where if he catch you and he keep catching you, he can change the game. I think that Xander outboxed him. The footwork, the movement,
oh
same way
yes,
he did, Perez, he neutralized all of that man's leverage. So with a guy like Xander, if you don't really have no punching power already, he's gonna neutralize most of the leverage you get on your shots, because he's moving. Like, you never. If your feet is planted, he's probably programmed to be on the move. He's like, only punch when his feet is planted, and when his feet is planted, I'm moving. It's like,
and you know how to clinch. Sander know how to clinch too, know, and move you out and push you away. So will be interesting fight. I'm not gonna take none of the two guys, because that fight can be more interesting, because Sander know how to cut a ring, know how to close exits. That's what we do. Rodriguez, they're expert doing that.
You know what I would want to see now? I would want to see, like, let's just say Earl come back and he dusts off Zoo.
Ooh.
Right? I wouldn't mind seeing Earl and Xander.
Oh, that's a good one.
If he come back and he dusts off Zoo, I wouldn't mind seeing Earl and Xander. I think that shit would sell, and we would really see, like, and this is if Earl, going in and pretty much, I'm gonna say,
win over Zoo. I don't care, win.
He dominate. Let's just say he dominates Zoo. Like, he make it look like, okay, well, shit, all right, Earl. Like, if we be like, all right, then, Earl, I would want to see him against somebody like Xander too. I would want to see him. I would want to see that stylistically. I think that's an interesting fight.
Yeah, and Sanders got the advantage, because he's a younger one. He got more energy. Yeah. He didn't have car accident. He been training more, so I give the advantage to him. Spencer's got the experience. He fight. But for the age, and the energy and where they at in their career, I give the advantage to Sander, but it's a close fight, and I would love to see it, because if Sander come out on top in that fight, now I can support him, because you defeat a solid name, not just a name that is created, a solid name that create himself, prove himself. So a victory over Spence, even his scorecard, that would freaking boost his freaking career to the moon. way better than Fundora, way better than Virgil Ortiz. Wait, bro, Spence, hell yeah,
Yeah,
Spence is good.
it's a heavy caveat, but if it's a heavy
Yes,
caveat, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I don't. If my guy
that's
ain't
heavy.
back, I don't want to see him
Maybe
back. But
gonna
if
happen.
I,
You know, this is also over here how you say spitballing. You know, like creating fantasy fights over here. I'm not gonna.
yeah, yeah,
Yesterday, I hear some people trying to make a fight between Boots Ennis and David Benavides. I was like, guys, you're out of the fucking park. Like this shit don't even make sense arguing about it. You know, like Benavides and Boots, like the way freaking class division that they are so apart. This shit don't even make sense.
you
Now,
know what? You know what? What I could see, what's gonna fuck around, and we gonna see how this happen. You know, Eddie got another guy called Ben Whitaker. It's funny how
yes,
I've never heard Ben Whitaker attached to David Benavidez, and I'm like, if he don't ever say it, if you don't ever want to do it, it's like, if you're coming along and you the next big thing, why is nobody talking about that? Because
you
like you're
know,
gonna just stay at 175. You got the Olympian thing, you got the name, you be moving like doing the drunken master and all that. Nobody ever linked David Benavidez and Ben Whitaker. Never.
no. But you know which one I want to see? Najee Lopez versus Ben Whitaker. Bro, Najee Lopez. Najee Lopez? Bro,
Yeah.
he's from Atlanta. He's a Puerto Rican from Atlanta, right?
No,
Damn, he's massive.
He dangerous. That dude is dangerous.
Yes. Yo, he's so freaking huge. Like, bro. And he's good. Provox got him moving up good with good opponents and stuff. And I think a Ben Whitaker versus Najee Lopez will prepare one of those in the USA, you know. And I think Najee Lopez can come on top, and that will break the ceiling from Pro Box and now to the main market. You can have 15. His 16 fight is now in March. You're gonna fight now in March. It's another guy. I forgot his name. It's a good fight. But yeah, Najee Lopez versus Ben Whitaker. Hell yeah! Like I don't know why they don't want to sell us Ben Whitaker here in the States and they keep him over there in Britain. Nobody won that over there because they don't like his drunk master. But I think that style here in the US will sell and people will like it.
Yeah,
Because-
I think they're not gonna come out and tell you, but just like everybody else, they're gonna move him carefully. They're gonna start barking at somebody, but they gotta develop. I think they still gotta develop him because I think his life flashed before his eyes that first fight, and then he came back and won. But that fight when they fell out the ring and all that stuff happened,
Oh
like
yes.
like Buddy was on his way to really hurting him. Like that shit reminded me kind of like how the Casey and Cordina went that one time. Where it was like that dude Casey had been stalking Joe Cordina and stopped his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he came out of nowhere, but he had been studying. You know, so he dodged that bullet. You know, he left Frank Warren and them and moved over there to Eddie. That's their guy, but I'm interested in how you don't hear about it.
Macombi versus Ben Whitaker for his first fight in the USA can be a good fight. You remember Macombi, the guy who fought Caleb Plant and gave him, and the referee saved Caleb Plant live by stopping too early. Macombi,
Yeah.
I didn't like that shit. But Macombi's another pro box guy. So I think Ben Whitaker versus Macombi will be awesome for his first fight in the USA. Like, because you have to sell us these guys. You cannot keep them over there fighting in these small buildings. And what, bro? We buy the freaking market. Like, bring them over here. Sell them over here. But Eddie, you know, we always argue about Eddie and his promotions ways. You know, he don't care about the American boxing market. He's just using it and promoting his bullshit over there in Europe. But I don't know. But damn, Ben Whitaker versus Benavides can be awesome too. You know?
You opened up a can of worms, and I got one. If I would have put this up,
Who is that? That's
Oshaki,
oh, my Ochaki.
and I put
That's
this up.
cool. Ooh, that's
Lamont
Lamont.
Roach
Ooh,
at
ooh.
35.
You think Lamont can go down again to 35? And Ochaki?
Yeah, yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I want to see Ochaki versus Navarrete so bad.
Well,
That's
that's
the
what
one.
I think. That's what we're gonna get if Navarrete win against Nunez. That's who he's gonna get. But I wanted to see Oshaki and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Since he
Holy
said
damn. Damn, but you're bringing Ochaki all the way up to the 40s. Remember, he's 26. He's 30. He's 30.
He's 30. Yeah, he's 30, but he had the interim. He had that interim. So if Shakur would have went back down there, that fight was gonna get mandated.
Yeah, but he never went up there. You know what they did that interim and was for you guy Foster.
I know, but the thing is, I think he's tall. I think he's taller, and he actually has the height and the reach. I think it's a slight. Either the exact same height, but he's just as tall as Shakur, and his arms is longer than Shakur, way longer. So that's not going to be. That's not like, and they got sparring history. They're the same size. Like, they're actually the same size. Like,
yeah, but for me, I will leave Ochaki in 30, and I bring up Divino Espinosa. Divino versus Ochaki in 130. Shit, those two tall guys, that fight can be awesome too. Because I like Ochaki in 130. I think he's comfortable over there, maybe 135. But there's a lot of good fights down there too for him. Like in 130, he got good fights. And right now he can even unify with this guy that just won and beat Nick Ball. No, Nick Ball was 126. My bad. You see? But yeah, like
it's only this is who they are. That's Navarrete.
Because I think Shakur is faster than Foster.
Yeah, Jazza Dickens, Nunez, Navarrete, and Oshaki.
Yeah,
and Jazza Dickens kind of hopped on the scene for real. Not a lot of like, I guess if you've been following, you know. But you're right. I mean, that would I like Espinosa. I like him, but let's switch over to this guy, Lamont Roach. Like, what should be next for Lamont Roach?
Ooh, Lamont Roach. You know what? Lamont Roach got a lot. You know what? Lamont Roach versus Teofimo Lopez. That can be a great fight. That can be great. People asking why for Teofimo to come back. Lamont Roach. That's an awesome fight, and people will show up. Lamont Roach versus. Let me see what I know. I even put him versus Dalton Smith, but you know how it is, so I don't want to go for the champions right now. But actually, Lamont Roach got a lot of opponent in 140. I'm gonna
tell you, Lamont Roach versus the winner of Frank Martin and Nair Albright.
That's awesome. That's really good. Or even versus Russell. I would love to see that one too.
Yeah. I think Gary, they're gonna say he got his mandatory and he's gonna try to unify, but like, yeah, I would want it. I think they said Lamont changed his mind and said he would fight. No, yeah, he was saying he wanted Gary Antoine. Gary Antoine was saying we'll fight my brother because his brother, Mr. Gary, want to fight Lamont Roach. I'll take that too.
Yeah. I'll take that too. But if it's in 140 now, I want to see him with the champion and stuff, you know. But yeah,
So let me ask you, where do he look the best? Do you like him at 40? You think that's his weight class, or is he at 35? Like, where is he best at, 35 or 40?
Remember, we saw him fighting People Cruz, and that guy is not a tall 140. We know he's a 135 overgrown, put it in 140, fighting small. So that's what I cannot know if he's better in 135 or more comfortable in 140, because we saw him with a small guy. That was like a small sample, but he didn't look slow. or Drain in the latest round. You know, I saw him comfortable. I saw him fast. So I but remember 140 got big guys and Lamont Roche is what 5'7", 5'8", some shit like
Yeah,
that. So he's
yeah.
not that tall neither. So his body frame is more 135, I think, but the money is at 140, and he looked good at 140. So I would let him in 140 if it like
Okay.
because right now 135 everybody left 135, and now it's a bunch of young kids coming up. So he have to fight all these youngsters, and they're super hungry. You got what Abdullah Mason. You got the who's the other guy over there? Murataya. You got Andy Cruz. You got one other champion over there. WBC don't have title because Kitchen Shakur give it. WBO, nobody's in the WBO, right? Because Kitchen was the WBO champion. He vacated.
No. That's Abdullah.
Oh yeah, Abdullah is the 135. Okay, you got it.
So for clarity, what's happening is Abdullah got the WBO. Tank is the champion in recess, but the WBA is getting ready to be for I think.
Put him back.
I think Floyd Schofield is gonna fight somebody, but it's not gonna be Lucas Body. I heard it's not gonna be Lucas Body, which is weird. The IBF is Raymond Morataya. The WBC right now they just have an interim champ. That's why I didn't put him on there. But that's that guy, that Cuban southpaw who live over there in Dubai.
Oh yes. Now I remember. Yes. Now I remember.
Yeah.
That the Cuban was expecting that he was gonna be champion like the other guys, when the champion leave, they elevate them to champion, but didn't happen. They got my damn, my Cuban brothers always get schooled.
But I mean, the thing is, they're gonna line him up to fight somebody, so he gonna stamp the belt. He just gotta. Then when you get it that way, he fought for it, but he fought for it. He did fight Nunez. He fought Ricardo Nunez, the guy who Tank stopped in Royal Farms. That was at that fight. But I think that was the second or third round. But JD Herrera, he's standing there. I'm worried about Lamont Roach because I actually like Lamont Roach. It's just he was going up against Tank. I'm a Tank fan, so I had Tank, but I root for Lamont Roach. I was questioning, did he change? And I'm kind of concerned now because it's like you kind of gotta have a quarterback mentality. You kind of gotta learn how to, in this business, you gotta learn how to. If a quarterback throw an interception, the defense can get him the ball right back. He gotta forget that it was an interception throw. Yep. You gotta move forward and keep scoring and move right. And you see how the business of boxing is treating you. So it's either if it's more being in tune with camp, figuring out exactly what weight class you want, and then and then matching yourself up right. Do that. So he's had success. I think that it can fade, but he gotta choose his next opponent wisely. I don't know why he wouldn't be calling out Keyshawn. I don't know why he wouldn't be calling out the winner of Lamont Roach. And but he thinks like he kind of moved like a champion, and in his heart of hearts, he's a champion. He got stripped. He's still a champion, like in his heart of hearts, and rightfully so, he is. But he got to make the right move, and I don't know if he's in Hollywood or not. I think he got to settle down a little bit and get focused on who his next opponent should be, and he got to go that extra mile to make sure that he can't be denied on scorecards, and he'll be all right.
And Keishan right now, I know why he mentioned Keishan because Keishan bring fans to the arena and stuff like that.
He didn't mention him. I'm saying I don't know why he didn't, but he didn't mention him. I haven't heard anything about Keishan. Had you?
No.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, Frank needs to be very wise in his next opponent. He need a victory, so he need a name, a recognizable name. But somebody that he can beat, that don't look like easy work, but you know what I mean. Like it because he got those two draws, so people want to see a victory and shit like that. And more if it's by knockout, shit. So I think you know what? Oh, Santiago is another good name by the WBO. He's number three now because he was number one when Keishon moved up to 140. WBO dropped Ojo Santiago to number two and Keishon number one because Ojo Santiago didn't fight in the Subriel card because whatever happened over there and the guy couldn't fight, whatever. Now when Teofimo lose, they drop Ojo Santiago to the third position. But he's been up there. So I think if Lamont Roach fight Ojo Santiago, Ojo Santiago got a huge Puerto Rican crowd behind him and stuff. People want to see him fight. And Lamont Roach bring people to the arena. So I think Ojo Santiago versus Lamont Roach is a great fight. And I see it a 50-55, but I see it like Lamont can win that too.
Yeah. He just gotta pick a notable guy that he'll look good at fighting and then get him in good. That's what he gotta do. But yeah, I was just wondering about Lamont, man. What else did I want to ask before we start wrapping it up? Gary Antoine. It's his time to shine, but like I keep saying, this is a dangerous fight. And he's getting a little more shine. Like I think people are mentioning his name a little bit more now. That's a good light for him.
Yep.
And what do you think about this fight? You think he's gonna be able to do it, or what? What are you leaning
to? Yes. I got no doubt on Gary to win this fight. I know the Japanese gonna come out strong and gonna give a fight, but I see that Gary gonna come out with the knockdown, maybe to the liver, and it's gonna be you know how it's boxing when people don't see you a lot over there. They start to lose interest because another boxer is over here knocking out people. So I think that's why Gary lose few fans. But as soon as they start to see him again and fighting and knock out people, he's gonna have his fan base gonna grow. Like that's what people want. Remember that Pollo fight, scorecards, a loss. So, but people want to see Gary. People want to see them. Like people like the Russell family. So, if he's out there in the ring performing, the fan base is gonna be there. Like they're gonna be there. And the Japanese. Yeah, he gonna put a fight because those Japanese guys put always a fight. They're warriors. They're true warriors. But in that weight class, they don't dominate it like they dominate the lightweight and the super lightweight. So, and Ibioka is a good fighter. He been out there. He have proven himself. So, but I see Gary winning. I don't see Gary losing. I don't have doubt on him. Like he got good movement. He know how to throw his punches. He got power behind his punches. Like some people say, he don't have a different style. He mastered the Russell style. Like sometimes you don't need to master way too many style. When you master your style, people cannot stop you because you master it.
Yeah.
You're a master in that style. Doesn't matter which one it is. So I think the Russells are mastering their style, their boxing skills, instead of trying new things. Why are gonna try new things when my thing work? And if I master it, nobody can stop us. Because they box, but box with power, Yes, they have some openings, but those openings most of the times are trapped, so you move in and they trap you, Puello, I don't take it away from Puello because Puello always been a complicated boxer. He always was winning by close cards and stuff like that, and but the Japanese is not Puello. The Japanese is not moving like Puello. So he's gonna be more steady boxer. So I see Gotti winning. I got Gotti. That's me.
All right, the last one. The last one. Richardson Hitchens, and I know you're not the biggest Richardson Hitchens fan, but what do you think? What do you think about the whole him defending his strap against Duarte? What do you expect?
I think it's good. I think Duarte is better than Lindolfo Delgado because Lindolfo Delgado was the one who won the mandatory, but then he don't want to fight Hitchens, huh? Shit. So Nunez, I think Nunez gonna bring the pressure, gonna bring the volume, gonna put Hitchens in difficult places. But I think Hitchens' jab, his back foot, gonna take him out of the bad situation, and will win the fight. He's gonna win it by scorecards. I don't see a knockdown from Hitchens to Duarte.
Oh,
but I can see But I can see Hitchens jabbing to victory, the 12 round, and finding the exits, moving. That agile style that I don't like. He's gonna use it because that's another guy who mastered that style. He mastered it. Like I cannot say Hitchens use a lot of back foot. No, he have the perfect combination of the back foot and the jab. Like you don't see him running like others ones do. You see him moving backwards but jabbing you at the same time. And every time he feels himself in a awkward position or in the position he don't feel comfortable, he know how to clinch, rotate, push you out, move back. He know how to do that, and he master it. I don't like it. I don't like the style. Yes, I don't. I'll be honest with it. But I can. It is what it is.
I appreciate that though. I appreciate it. I really want to see Richardson Hitchens. I almost want to bet that he's gonna not. Since you made that time, I want to bet. I want to put some pressure on Hitchens to get at least a knockdown. I hope he stop him to the body. If he stop him to the body, man, I hope he do. I hope he do because he wants to. He's saying I'm going by his word, and I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he never put somebody with an upside down record in the path that he's taken to it. I just hope that he's gonna really show up. I hope he because Ryan did it. Ryan stopped him. So asking him to stop him is not out of reach. But he's not the kind of guy that will stop. Even though I think he's more of a finisher than Devin. I think if he catch Duarte. He's shocked. I think Richardson will. Yes.
Hitchens is more finisher than Devin. In that part, I give it to you. If you see the guy already like for a knockdown, he will not gonna go to the scorecard, but he will not gonna put himself in a dangerous position to get the knockdown. You feel what I'm saying? Like if he see you injured, he will knock out you. He will not gonna wait for the scorecards and go in auto. Like no, he will finish it like he did to Camboso. He saw him like, yo, I got you out of here, boom. But if not, he will do what he did to Lemos and find a way to the scorecards and pushing out, moving here, But I don't think Duarte gonna bring the pressure that Lemos did because Lemos have another way to enter, and he got this like Mike Tyson used to do. He used to move like that, his ways and stuff, and get inside his different styles. Because Duarte, Mexicans are not known for cutting the ring. They're known for walking through you. So that's what I think. Hitchens will jab him. Maybe we knock him out by Duarte getting so many jabs, or the referee stop it because his face is all destroyed and he cannot see. He's blind in one eye. That maybe I can see it happening. But
you a realist. You a realist, Melazar, because that's all I want. I want him to do something to separate himself against this Duarte because Ryan stopped him. So, and you right there you co-manning pretty much the Ryan and Barrios. You gotta make a statement, bro. All three of these guys, they gotta make a statement.
Yes, yes. All of them, they have to make a statement. You know, like all of the guys are there because Ryan Garcia got his back to the wall, so he need to prove himself and get the title that he always wanted, that always been avoiding him. Uh, Ghost Martin. It's not like he needs to prove himself, but he needs to keep showcasing why he's the Ghost and why he's a name in 140 that people need to count with him. Hitchens, yes, the stoppage will help him in his career, and people want to watch him because right now most of the people that don't watch him is because it's like me, don't like the style and feel it's too bored. You know, my opinion. That you know, Russell, like you see, Russell is in the bottom of the card and he got a title. Like Frank Martin is on top of him. So yes, Russell need a knockout, impressive to start, so he can start being in the top of the card instead of the bottom of the card. Okay, so all these guys need to prove themselves and put entertainment, you know, like entertain people and how you say that, like when you hit the table, you know, with the dominoes, when you got that last domino piece and you hit the table, how you guys call that? Like
I don't know. We just yell domino.
yeah, we call it un chuchazo, you know, when you come with the two clear ones. And you, so anyway, yeah, Hitchens needs to do that. Like, I'm here. I'm Richardson Hitchin. You know, I'm Richardson the Hitchin. You know?
He got to do that, man. Well, look, I got your email, and you know what I'm saying. We'll work on. I see the timeline you got, and I think you need it. You know what I'm saying. You know, I think you need it. You know, because you be dropping some jewels, man, and you got a good perspective, and like so, I think you need it. So we're gonna work on that, and then I'm gonna do a couple more videos this week, this fight week. So you know how you want to leave it out, how you want to close it out.
Well, leave it out to so we close it. So I leave it out like this. This is boxing. Boxers always talk trash. Got the people in the drama. Don't get caught in the drama. Be realistic. See if these fights can happen. Don't start to fight with another person in some fights that will never gonna happen or are not realistic. Okay?
Right.
So enjoy it. Hit the like button. Stay here in Bodywork where we talk real boxing.
I appreciate you, man. Man. Hope your week go well, man. We'll be in communication, man. Enjoy your evening, brother. Thank you.
You too. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.
Melazar can't say bar, dropping bars. Yikes. I appreciate all the support I get, man. It's always good to have a network of people that you can trust. A network of people who, even when y'all don't agree, y'all can work it out. Y'all can have a conflict of you know, communication and still be cool, man. I'm tired of all of these flip-floppy type people, man. Emotional type people, bro. Because this is a man's world in a brutal sport, and we all are gluttons for punishment when it comes down to this boxing. The only thing I want to leave y'all with, man, because I always try to leave y'all with something that y'all can put in y'all rucksack and march on with, is this. Because I was analyzing, I went back and I analyzed Frank Martin, even though that's Southpaw versus Orthodox, him and Nair. Even though that's that, I went back and I was really looking at Hirioka and I was looking at Gary Antoine, and I had already came to this conclusion. But at the same time, I was like, okay, well, when it's Southpaw versus Southpaw, and this is a tall He's taller and longer than Alberto Puello, and we've seen that. We've seen Gary Antoine against a taller fighter. So technical wise, and some things you might want to look at, I went ahead and gave you something to think about. So I'm a go into this, and then we gonna cut out, man. And I hope everybody is enjoying themselves this evening, man. But I wanted to get it. I wanted to get to this and read this. When a southpaw fights another southpaw, neither stance has the usual built-in advantage. Most fighters are orthodox, so southpaws spend much of their career sparring and competing against the mirror image. That gives them an edge in orthodox versus southpaw matchups, angles, lead foot position. Remember, that was key in the whole, it wasn't southpaw versus southpaw, but lead foot position. That's something. So that was critical in that Shakur versus Tio. I digress. And sight lines. But southpaw versus southpaw removes the surprise factor. Both fighters see the same openings in the same traps. The stance advantage cancels out. So who usually wins? The better boxer. Just like I was saying, like when it came down to Xander and Devin in our conversation, I was saying the one that's more accurate is going to win. So we got to do some homework and go look at some numbers. Who's more accurate? Because I think Xander is more consistent with his output, but we see that Devin's output has changed. We don't know whether that's the opponent. It's a couple of variables we don't know. But back to this. So who usually wins the better boxer? Skill, timing, ring IQ, conditioning, and power matter far more than stance in same stance fights. A same stance fight, you all would be Shakur and Tank. Same stance. Even Devin versus Xander, same stance. Historical results do not show a consistent trend favoring one type of southpaw style over another. It becomes a normal matchup again. Technical southpaws often do well because mirror matchups reward precision and control of distance. Pressure southpaws may lose some angle-based advantages, though elite pressure fighters can still win through volume and toughness. Power punchers remain the ultimate equalizer. We're dealing with two knockout artists. You know what I'm saying? And we're dealing with two knockout artists. When two southpaws meet, boxing stops being about handedness and returns to its pure form. Who solves the puzzle faster while getting hit less? That is the sweet science, you guys. Let me read that last one again. When two southpaws meet, boxing stops being about handedness and returns to its purest form, its pure form. Who solves the puzzle faster while getting hit less? That's what we're going to see in this fight. I think this is a pivotal fight because Gary Antoine, he just now getting under the light. As far as this being a pause, we talked about Mauricio Sulaiman. We didn't go in depth. I encourage you to go back and listen, man, because I don't want you to think that, you know, I'm ignoring the corruption of everything. But what I am doing is showing you that, man, if y'all think it's the Wild Wild West now, if y'all want to unsanction the sanctioning bodies, then who gonna sanction the fights? Who gonna reinvent the wheel and have it at least as smooth with the least amount of flies and ointment as possible? Now, if we're gonna look into corruption, we gotta look at them all, not just the WBC. We gotta ask the WBO to show the receipts. We gotta ask the IBF, and that's just who's gonna sit around and do that? Plus, they don't work for free, and they sanction the fight. They are the very catalyst for these guys to be able to move up and leapfrog, like to jump from division to division and leapfrog people who've been fighting their whole professional career. with no upside down record, doing it through the IBF. Like, we talked about that. So I implore y'all to go back and watch Mauricio Suleiman, get all your answers that way, ask yourself questions, sit down for 20 minutes, read the rules, and empower yourself in the conversation. I got trust issues with Ryan. I believe in the skill set that he has. I'm not sure how dedicated he is, and I'm not sure how to read into, all the shenanigans about the $5,000. I don't know what's five. I don't really know what $5,000 is to a double-digit, maybe even triple-digit millionaire. I mean, like at least 60, not triple-digit. But like, I don't know how much money he got. Money out the ass. I'm not counting his pockets. What's 5,000 of that if they deem that something is going on with the rules? That's another thing that the sanctioning bodies do. I don't know what to believe with Ryan. I'm trying to question what would be best for the business of boxing, because we saw a fight not too long ago where, although I wanted one guy to win, I wanted another guy to win more so because I thought that guy winning would be better for the sport moving forward and the implications of the fights we're getting. I didn't get what I wanted. This guy came in, showed up flat, pulled punches, fought unmotivated, didn't make no adjustments, didn't go out on the shield. You know what I'm saying? He fell victim to front foot placement and a jab going upside his head all night with an occasional hook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a 3-piece every now and again. I mean, I don't know. That's what we saw. Right now, I think the business of boxing wants Ryan to win, and I don't want that to happen for the business of boxing. But if Devin is saying, nah, that's the ship has sailed on Ryan, if he is saying that, and Ryan Garcia becomes the champ, how is he going to move? That's the question. Because at the end of the day, I did on December the 18th, I did a video. It's called the 147. The welterweight division is whack. It ain't been since Errol Spence. I mean, I think that's a popular notion now. I think people are saying it mainly why? Because of how they're moving. They don't call Mario Barrios Drawmont Barrios, and he went out and got a draw against old man Manny Pacquiao and inactive Abel Ramos, whatever things that Abel Ramos had coming on. They don't call him that. We got that fight coming up, and it seemed like they just slutting Mario Barrios out with that belt. Not even gonna lie to you. I would make it make some significance. I would make it, I mean, even though Ryan is a significant name, it's a good bag, but like, are we applauding just people getting good bags, or are we applauding good fights that lead to both fighters getting big bags? I think it'll be the latter of the two. We also had Jermell Charlo plead his case. We got some people that don't like it because they came out and saw, I guess they believe that Jermell started it by coming out and doing the lion biting the shark. I don't know if that started it. When I looked at the interview and listened to what he said, he basically said there was a little something going on once Earl got in the ring with Fundora to make a fight. And if you look at the reaction of people then, they were saying, oh man, who was Earl and this and this and this. But Jermell Charlo said he saw that and was like, oh, okay, well, you coming to my division. They don't share the same coach no more. And, Earl was never with a friendly type where he can run around saying, I'm not going to fight you. Earl had been said it. Now Earl coming out saying that he want money and he broke. So people feel some kind of way and they want to make that like a flex, but they don't want Earl to come back. These fans, I don't even really care about how they think and how they feel because they're stupid. Like, either way you look at it. All I see is that Jermell Charlo is an undisputed champion. He went by and collect the belts one by one. He didn't wait for somebody else to collect them. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pick, choose, and refuse. He had to go through the gauntlet. If he lost, he came back and stopped the guy. If he got a draw, he came back and stopped the guy. And last time I checked, it was the same thing with Josh Taylor, except for when Jermell Charlo got in the ring, they stripped him of a belt. And that's how all of these guys at 54 started off all of the belts. Just like all of the welterweights, how they started off with all of the belts when Bud jumped up, you know what I'm saying, and scattered the belts. Jermell Charlo is a viable opponent. He's saying he'll take Boots, he'll take Virgil. He say, listen, Eddie, give me your boogeyman. Give me Boots. Holler at me. He said, hey, I want Earl. Why are you saying I want money? We all want money. We all gonna make money. This is a big fight. Let's see who bigger than Texas. I didn't see what was wrong with it. But people would chase down the Chris Algieri's of the world. People would chase down the Lipinets of the world. They would chase down the Gamboas of the world. They'll chase down the Pedrazes of the world. You know what I'm saying? They'll chase down all these guys who got experience from names. Well, that's a big pelt on the wall. Who only lost to Canelo in a decision to Tony Harrison that was questionable. A draw to Castaño, who gave Lara everything he wanted. He collected the belts one by one. And didn't lose them after that to nobody in 54 division. He's relevant, y'all. Tyson Fury was on the couch, overweight, on drugs, unmotivated, out of shape. Deontay Wilder put him up from the couch. That's not Jermell Charlo. And don't get him confused with his brother, because they two different people. You can't just say, oh, Jermell, since you see Jamal drinking that, you just gonna put that on Jermell. They don't even get along. He took the high right on his response to that. He just want to get back in. I'm like, is somebody gonna give him a chance? Or we just in a new era where everybody want to be strategic? That is the pulse, man. Fruits and veggies, not that Reggie, that fact-based content, not opinion-based, even though we have ours. Silence is consent, meaning that all it takes for evil to prevail is for men and women to remain silent. So we speak to the things that need to be spoken to in the sport of boxing. Between the things that I said, you know, some of the things that Malazar said, hopefully, somehow you was able to put something in your rucksack and march on with. Hopefully. This is boxing week, y'all. We 6 weeks away from, 6 days away from actually seeing some major components from the 140 division, the division that I declare the most competitive division in boxing right now, with a close second breathing down his neck, 154. We getting ready to see that, y'all. So hopefully you don't get triggered throughout the week. Hopefully, you know, you get to have you some fun. You get to be a fan. Be a fan. You know what I'm saying? Support these guys that's fighting this week. Don't get led by the nose. You know, don't get triggered and, you know, let your blood pressure get all high. Take them fruits and veggies. Stay calm. Know that we got some good boxing coming on this week. The conversation should be wild because there's always some unexpected variable. We've had 4 upsets. Then we've had 4 upsets this year so far. Major upsets. Where the majority of the people thought that these people weren't going to win. We had 4 already. And we got a big card, you know, coming up in 6 days, and there could very well be a major upset on this card as well. The same thing I asked in the end of January when I said on the 31st, when we had the biggest card, you know, this year, like the biggest, most implicating card. I said, who is going to control the conversation on February 1st? Now that I've done my research, sat back and analyzed it, it's been Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? He has captured the headlines and all that. Shushu, he had a run. Right after that, Figueroa, he kind of got a little run. That was an upset. I think that was the 5th. I think that was the 5th upset. So that's updated. I think that was the 5th upset. I gotta go back and do my math. I gotta go back and check my notes. I think that's the 5th upset, maybe. You know, I'm looking forward to a lot of good boxing, man. Hopefully you have some fun this week, get some laughs, you know, hopefully things, you know, relax a little bit this week, and you know, the conversation can really stay on what we getting ready to see, and you can have some fun with the talk, because it's starting to become meh out here. But that's it. You got any ideas? Bodywork Boxing 24/7 at Gmail. I put out a survey. D Calico responded. I appreciate that. I'm going to incorporate that, and I have some that I've kept that I am going to do as well. So I'm gonna take your opinion. But I asked, What would you like to see more from Bodywork? Shorts, videos, or more live? Or just keep doing what you do. I would love to get your feedback in the comments, man. We do try to be creative, you know, with our artwork and the conversation, and try to leave you with something to at least think about, to add to your rucksack, along with everything else that everybody else saying. That's what we try to do. But we're always improving. So let me know, man. If you catch this on the playback, talk to me, holler at me. I'll talk back. You know, leave a comment, hype the video. Support the channel with a like, a comment, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Just another alternative opinion. Donate to the channel if you can. Super chat, cash app, we monetize. It do take work to do this. Even though we was doing it for free. We still doing it for free for the most part anyway. It's not about that. But just support the little guys, the guys where you see value. If you don't see no value, you don't see no value. I can't argue with that. But you can always hype a video. You know what I'm saying? I'll hype a video. I'll repost something, even if it's somebody I don't know if they're doing their thing. I like what they're doing. No obligation. You don't got to shout me out. I just say, hey, listen, check this guy out. He's doing that. You know what I'm saying? Check this guy out. This was fire. I do that for other people. If you feel the same way about me, do that for me in this channel and what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I had, though, today. I just wanted to come on and give the pulse to boxing and, you know, be a little bit more lighthearted on this one. You know, have a good boxing week. Thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to